You know that moment when someone asks you, "Hey, how's your day?" And suddenly, your mind goes blank. You know the words in your head, but your tongue freezes. Your heart races. You whisper, I'm fine," because you can't find the right words fast enough. Maybe you've spent months reading grammar books, yet when it's time to speak, everything disappears. Maybe you listen to native speakers, and it all sounds like noise. And deep down, you wonder, why does English feel so easy for others, but so hard for me? What if the reason you can't speak fluently is because you've been learning English the wrong way? You see, schools and apps taught you rules, not rhythm. They told you to memorize vocabulary lists, not to live in the language. You repeated phrases that never felt natural. "I am fine, thank you, and you?" While real conversation slipped away. You tried flashcards, grammar drills, YouTube tips, but nothing sticks. And now, you hesitate to speak. You feel embarrassed in front of others. You replay conversations in your head thinking, "I should have said that better." But you didn't, because no one showed you the emotional side of English. The truth is, your brain doesn't learn with rules. It learns with stories. Let me tell you about Jason, a quiet guy from Texas. For years, he failed English speaking tests. Every time he tried, his voice shook. He thought fluency was for smart people. But then, he stopped memorizing and started living his daily life in English. He described his morning. "I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making coffee. I'm walking to work." Slowly, something magical happened. His brain connected English to real life, not paper. Within months, he was thinking in English without even trying. His secret? He learned through stories, his own stories. And that's what this video will teach you. You'll hear slow, clear narration, so you understand every word. You'll learn real-world vocabulary you'll actually use every day. And you'll feel emotional hooks so strong that words never leave your memory again. Imagine this. You're standing at a coffee shop. You smile and say naturally, "Hey, can I get a cappuccino, please?" No hesitation, no fear, just flow. Or you're talking to a friend about your weekend, and it's smooth, confident, easy. You even surprise yourself. Wait, I understood every word. That's fluency, the kind that feels like you, the kind where English isn't a subject anymore. It's your second skin. And in this journey, every single lesson brings you closer to that version of yourself. The one who doesn't translate, doesn't freeze, doesn't fear. The one who thinks and speaks in English. So, if you're tired of repeating the same mistakes, if you're done feeling stuck, silent, or scared, then this is your turning point. Don't let another year pass waiting for confidence. Smash that like button right now if you're ready to change the way you learn. Subscribe to the Control English, the channel that doesn't just teach English, it transforms you from the inside out. Turn on subtitles, stay till the end, and let's build your fluency together, not with rules, but with real life. Because this isn't just another English video. This is your journey to freedom. He sat alone in a small room, the kind of quiet that makes your heartbeat feel loud. On his table was a notebook, pages filled with English words that looked familiar, but felt foreign. He whispered to the mirror, "Good morning. My name is..." But the words broke halfway, trembling in the air. He wasn't afraid of English. He was afraid of sounding wrong. That fear kept him silent, trapped inside his thoughts, thinking in one language, living in another. Every morning, he promised himself, "Today I'll speak." But every evening, he only thought. He thought about how he should speak. He thought about how everyone else sounded fluent. He thought about how his words never came out the way he imagined them. His English was perfect in his mind, but invisible in his mouth. If you've ever felt that, thinking in silence while your heart screams to be fluent, this story is about you. Because this isn't just about English, it's about finding your voice again. You already know the words, you already understand the grammar. But fluency isn't about rules, it's about rhythm. It's about letting your thoughts flow freely, without fear, without translation, without hesitation. This documentary is your turning point. The journey where your English stops being something you study and starts becoming something you live. Lesson 1. The voice inside your mind. Every English learner has two voices. The loud one that wants to speak and the quiet one that holds it back. The loud one says, "I can do this." The quiet one whispers, "What if I sound wrong?" You see, fluency isn't just about language, it's about trust. The reason you can't speak fluently is not that you don't know English, it's that you don't trust your English yet. When you were a child, you learned your first language without textbooks, without translation, without fear. You listened, repeated, and felt the rhythm. That's exactly how you must reconnect with English. You must learn to think in it, not translate into it. Every time you translate, your brain builds a wall between your thoughts and your tongue. Thinking in English removes that wall. It allows your ideas to move straight from your mind to your mouth. Naturally, effortlessly, fluently. So from today, your mission isn't to memorize English. It's to feel it. Lesson 2. Breaking the translation trap. Here's a painful truth. Most English learners don't speak English. They speak their native language through English words. Every sentence they say is first translated in their head. That's why it feels slow, broken, uncertain. Translation kills confidence. Fluency begins when you stop translating and start imagining in English. Instead of thinking, "Main pani pi raha hoon," I am drinking water. Think in images. You, glass, water, drink. The meaning arrives first. The words follow naturally. The key is emotional connection, not memorization. Whenever you see something around you, label it in English instantly. You wake up, say in your mind, "I'm awake." You stretch, "I'm stretching." You brush your teeth, "I'm brushing my teeth." This is how English becomes part of your daily thought process. The more you do this, the more your mind starts to think automatically in English. And when you think automatically, you speak effortlessly. Lesson 3. The silent practice. Fluency doesn't begin with speaking. It begins with silence, the right kind of silence. The silence where you train your thoughts. Every single time you walk alone, travel on a bus, or sit quietly in your room, start narrating your thoughts in English. Describe what you see. Describe what you feel. Say to yourself, "It's a warm morning. The light feels soft on my face. I'm a little tired, but I'm ready." This habit rewires your brain. It teaches your inner voice to think in English without effort. And slowly, that voice will become confident enough to speak aloud. That's how real fluency is born, not from grammar books, but from private moments where your mind learns to live in English. Lesson 4. Daily life, real English. You don't need fancy vocabulary to sound fluent. You need real words, the ones you use every day. Most learners chase big, complex terms that native speakers rarely say. But true fluency means comfort in everyday talk, conversations about food, family, weather, feelings, and routine. Think about your daily life. How do you describe your morning, your work, your evenings? These small details are the foundation of natural conversation. So start practicing with your real day. I woke up late today. I made breakfast. I talked to my friend. I went for a walk. Simple sentences. Real rhythm. Honest moments. That's how you build fluency that feels human, not mechanical. Lesson 5. The power of confidence. Confidence isn't the result of fluency. It's the cause of it. You can't wait to become fluent before you start speaking confidently. You must start speaking confidently to become fluent. Every time you hesitate, your brain learns fear. But every time you try, even if it's imperfect, your brain learns courage. So today, promise yourself one thing. Stop waiting for perfection. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Every native speaker you admire once spoke broken sentences too. Every fluent person was once a beginner with shaky words. When you speak, don't focus on mistakes. Focus on connection. Speak with heart. Speak with honesty. Speak with intention. Because English isn't just a language, it's your bridge to the world. And the world doesn't care if your grammar is perfect. It cares if your message is real. Lesson 6. The power of thinking in English. Speaking English fluently doesn't begin with your mouth. It begins with your mind. Before you speak, you think. But if you keep thinking in your native language first and then translating, your words will always arrive late. The secret? Start building your thoughts in English. It doesn't matter if your grammar is not perfect. What matters is flow. The more your mind starts thinking in English, the faster your tongue will follow. It's like switching from walking to running. You stop measuring each step and start feeling the rhythm. Lesson 7. Why we stay stuck. Most learners stay stuck because they fear making mistakes. They compare their speech to native speakers, and that comparison kills their confidence. But the truth is, no native speaker ever started perfect. Even they mispronounce, pause, and restart sentences. You are not supposed to sound like someone else. You are supposed to sound like you, just in English. That mindset shift is your biggest turning point. Lesson 8. The daily conversation mindset. Every day, you live dozens of small English stories. You wake up, eat breakfast, go to work, meet people, talk about the weather, make plans. Each of these moments can become your English classroom. When you describe your daily life, even silently in your head, you begin building the habit of fluency. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making coffee. I'm waiting for the bus. These sentences sound simple, but they are the foundation of natural English thinking. Lesson 9. Your inner voice. Inside your mind, there's a voice that narrates your day. Train that voice to speak English. Don't wait for the right time or place. Practice while cooking, walking, or cleaning. That's where your real fluency grows, inside your ordinary moments. When English becomes your inner voice, you stop memorizing language and start living it. Lesson 10. Building sentence flow. Many learners know words but can't connect them. They speak in broken pieces. I go market. To fix this, focus on rhythm, not grammar. Say, I'm going to the market. Then, I'm going to the market to buy vegetables. Expand naturally. Each time you add one word, your sentence grows stronger. Don't chase perfection. Chase movement. Lesson 11. Small talks, big impact. Fluency is not about long speeches. It's about small, confident exchanges. When someone says, "Hey, how's your day?" Don't panic. You can reply, "Pretty good, just been busy," or "Not bad, just relaxing." Keep it short, natural, real. The magic is in sounding alive, not robotic. Lesson 12. Breaking translation chains. When you translate, your brain becomes a machine. It loses the human touch. Instead of translating "Main thoda taka hua hun" to "I am a little tired," just feel the English directly. Say it as it feels. Imagine yourself in English. That's how your emotions begin to speak the language before your mouth does. Lesson 13. English as emotion. English is not just vocabulary. It's emotion. Every phrase has a feeling behind it. "I'm excited" carries energy. "I'm heartbroken" carries pain. "I can't wait" carries hope. When you express emotion through English, you stop learning words and start feeling the meanings. That's the real fluency. Lesson 14. Repeating is not boring. Some students think repeating sentences is boring. But repetition builds rhythm, just like learning guitar or dance. You repeat until your mind no longer asks, "How?" Repeat key phrases like, "I'm not sure," "That sounds great," "Let me think," until they become automatic. Real fluency is muscle memory. Lesson 15. The brain switch. Your brain has two modes: study mode and real mode. In study mode, you think of grammar rules. In real mode, you speak naturally. The goal is to switch from study mode to real mode automatically. You do this by constant exposure. Listening, repeating, and thinking in English every single day. Lesson 16. The power of daily journaling. Every night, write about your day in English. Don't worry about mistakes. Write like you're talking to a friend. "Today I felt tired, but I tried something new." Over time, your writing trains your thinking, and your thinking trains your speaking. Lesson 17. Fluency through imitation. Imitation is powerful. Listen to short English clips, maybe from movies or podcasts, and repeat exactly what you hear. Copy tone, speed, emotion. Don't just repeat words. Repeat the feeling. Soon, your mouth learns what your ears hear. Lesson 18. Visual English. When you see things around you, name them in English. This is a spoon. That's a window. It may sound childish, but it rewires your brain to think in English automatically. Soon, your mind won't need translation. It will respond instantly. Lesson 19. Confidence is muscle. Confidence is not natural. It's trained. Every time you speak, even with fear, you grow stronger. Even if people laugh, even if you make mistakes, keep talking. Because confidence is not about being perfect. It's about not stopping. Lesson 20. Your English identity. Create your English version of yourself. When you speak in English, you become more expressive, open, and confident. Give that version of you a name. Let it speak freely without fear of judgment. Over time, your English self becomes your real self. Lesson 21. Think out loud. When you're alone, talk to yourself in English. Say what you're doing. Explain your thoughts. It's not madness. It's mastery. Every spoken word makes your brain faster. Fluency grows in private long before it shines in public. Lesson 22. The Fluency Zone. There's a moment when you stop trying to speak English and you just do. That's your fluency zone. You reach it when English becomes your comfort language, not your test language. The more you think in English, the more your zone expands. Lesson 23. The emotional engine. Emotion fuels memory. If you attach feeling to what you learn, it stays forever. So don't study English mechanically. Feel proud when you speak a full sentence. Smile when you pronounce something right. Let every moment of progress be emotional. Lesson 24. Listen, then speak. Listening builds speaking. Watch English shows, podcasts, or YouTube videos daily. Focus on how people respond, not just what they say. Learn rhythm, tone, and pauses. Speaking is an echo of listening. Lesson 25. The mirror practice secret. Stand in front of a mirror and talk to yourself in English. Look into your eyes as you speak. At first, it feels strange, almost uncomfortable. But that discomfort is your mind growing. When you see yourself speaking English, your brain begins to accept it as real. You start believing that English belongs to you. Practice simple sentences. I'm doing great today. I can speak English fluently. I'm proud of my progress. These affirmations are not grammar. They are identity training. You are telling your mind, I can do this. Lesson 26. Storytelling for fluency. Stories are powerful teachers. Instead of memorizing random words, tell stories about your day. Say, today I met a friend. We went to the cafe. We talked about our dreams. Doesn't matter how simple it sounds. When you tell stories, your brain connects ideas, not just words. That connection creates fluency. Every story you tell, even about breakfast, adds another brick to your language home. Lesson 27. Think in scenes, not sentences. When you think in English, don't use single words. Visualize full scenes. For example, instead of thinking of the word rain, imagine yourself standing by the window, watching drops fall, saying, it's raining outside. The air feels cool. This connection between picture and language makes your fluency natural and emotional. You no longer speak words. You paint moments with language. Lesson 28. The courage to speak wrong. You will make mistakes. Everyone does. But the only mistake that truly matters is staying silent. The more you speak, the faster your errors fix themselves. Every wrong word brings you one step closer to fluency. English doesn't demand perfection. It rewards persistence. So speak freely, proudly, loudly. Even your mistakes carry meaning. Lesson 29. Create your English world. Surround yourself with English. Change your phone settings. Follow English channels. Listen to English radio. Label objects in your home. Turn your environment into a language lab. When English becomes your daily atmosphere, it stops feeling foreign. It starts feeling familiar. You no longer study English. You live in it. Lesson 30. Speak from feeling, not from fear. Fluency is not about vocabulary size. It's about emotional openness. When you speak from feeling, people connect with you, even if your grammar isn't perfect. If you're happy, show it. If you're nervous, express it. True fluency is when your heart speaks before your mind edits. So next time, don't speak correctly, speak honestly. Lesson 31. Understand rhythm, not rules. Every language has a rhythm. English breathes through pauses, emphasis, and melody. Listen closely. I really want to go. That's amazing. You did what? These sounds carry emotion through rhythm. Learn to feel that flow. Forget grammar charts. Dance with the language. Let your sentences move like music. Lesson 32. Speak to learn, not learn to speak. Most students wait until they learn enough before speaking. But speaking itself is the classroom. Each conversation teaches you something new. Phrases, reactions, confidence. Don't wait to be ready. Start messy. Every sentence you say becomes your teacher. English rewards courage, not caution. Lesson 33. The power of silent practice. Even silence can help you learn. When you're walking alone, think silently in English. Describe what you see. The sky looks clear today. The street smells like coffee. These internal dialogues build your mental fluency. You may not be speaking aloud, but your mind is constantly training. Every silent thought is a step toward effortless speaking. Lesson 34. The English you live. At this point, fluency is not something you chase. It's something you become. You no longer separate English from your life. It is your life. You think, dream, and express it naturally. You're no longer afraid to speak because English has become your voice, your story, your power. Your voice, your story. Now, take a deep breath. Look at how far you've come. The fear, the hesitation, the self-doubt, they were all part of your journey. But today, you are different. You no longer learn English, you live it. You can think clearly, speak freely, and express confidently. Remember, fluency doesn't start in your mouth. It begins in your mind. Every time you speak, you are building your future. Every mistake is progress. Every word is a victory. So from this moment on, stop saying, "I'm not fluent." Start saying, "I'm learning beautifully." The next time you talk about your daily life, do it in English. Tell the world your story, because your story deserves to be heard in any language, but especially in the one you've worked so hard to claim. This is your voice. This is your time.